Law 1. Never outshine the master. Always make those above you feel comfortably superior. In your desire to please and impress them, do not go too far in displaying your talents, or you might accomplish the opposite. Inspire fear and insecurity. Make your masters appear more brilliant than they are, and you will attain the heights of power. Law 2. Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. Be wary of friends. They will betray you more quickly, for they are easily aroused to envy. They also become spoiled and tyrannical. Hire a former enemy, and he will be more loyal than a friend because he has more to prove. In fact, you have more to fear from friends than from enemies. If you have no enemies, find a way to make them. Law 3. Conceal your intentions. Keep people off balance and in the dark by never revealing the purpose behind your actions. If they have no clue what you are up to, they cannot prepare a defense. Guide them far enough down the wrong path, envelop them in enough smoke, and by the time they realize your intentions, it will be too late. Law 4. Always say less than necessary. When you are trying to impress people with words, the more you say, the more common you appear, and the less in control. Even if you're saying something bold, it will seem original if you make it vague, open-ended, and sphinx-like. Powerful people impress and intimidate by saying less. The more you say, the more likely you are to say something foolish. Law 5. So much depends on reputation. Guard it with your life. Reputation is the cornerstone of power. Through reputation alone, you can intimidate and win. Once it slips, however, you are vulnerable and will be attacked on all sides. Make your reputation unassailable. Always be alert to potential attacks and thwart them before they happen. Meanwhile, learn to destroy your enemies by opening holes in their own reputations. Then stand aside and let public opinion hang them. Law 6. Court attention at all costs. Everything is judged by its appearance. What is unseen counts for nothing. Never let yourself get lost in the crowd or buried in oblivion. Stand out. Be conspicuous at all costs. Make yourself a magnet of attention by appearing larger, more colorful, and more mysterious than the bland and timid masses. Law 7. Get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. Use the wisdom, knowledge, and legwork of other people to further your own cause. Not only will such assistance save you valuable time and energy, it will give you a godlike aura of efficiency and speed. In the end, your helpers will be forgotten and you will be remembered. Never do yourself what others can do for you. Law 8. Make other people come to you. Use bait if necessary. When you force the other person to act, you are the one in control. It is always better to make your opponent come to you, abandoning his own plans in the process. Lure him with fabulous gains, then attack. You hold the cards. Law 9. Win through your actions, never through argument. Any momentary triumph you think you have gained through argument is really a Pyrrhic victory. The resentment and ill will you stir up are stronger and last longer than any momentary change of opinion. It is much more powerful to get others to agree with you through your actions without saying a word. Demonstrate, do not explicate. Law 10. Infection. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. You can die from someone else's misery. Emotional states are as infectious as diseases. You may feel you are helping the drowning man, but you are only precipitating your own disaster. The unfortunate sometimes draw misfortune on themselves. They will also draw it on you. Associate with the happy and fortunate instead. Law 11. Learn to keep people dependent on you. To maintain your independence, you must always be needed and wanted. The more you are relied on, the more freedom you have. Make people depend on you for their happiness and prosperity, and you have nothing to fear. Never teach them enough so that they can do without you. Law 12. Use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victim. One sincere and honest move will cover over dozens of dishonest ones. Open-hearted gestures of honesty and generosity bring down the guard of even the most suspicious people. Once your selective honesty opens a hole in their armor, You can deceive and manipulate them at will. A timely gift or a Trojan horse will serve the same purpose. Law 13. When asking for help, appeal to people's self-interest, never to their mercy or gratitude. If you need to turn to an ally for help, do not bother to remind him of your past assistance and good deeds. He will find a way to ignore you. Instead, uncover something in your request or in your alliance with him that will benefit him, and emphasize it out of all proportion. He will respond enthusiastically when he sees something to be gained for himself. Law 14. Pose as a friend, work as a spy. Knowing about your rival is critical. Use spies to gather valuable information that will keep you a step ahead. Better still, play the spy yourself. In polite social encounters, learn to probe. Ask indirect questions to get people to reveal their weaknesses and intentions. There is no occasion that is not an opportunity for artful spying. Law 15. Crush your enemy totally. All great leaders since Moses have known that a feared enemy must be crushed completely. Sometimes they have learned this the hard way. If one ember is left alight, no matter how dimly it smolders, a fire will eventually break out. More is lost through stopping halfway than through total annihilation. The enemy will recover and seek revenge. Crush him not only in body but in spirit. Law 16. Use absence to increase respect and honor. Too much circulation makes the price go down. The more you are seen and heard from, the more common you appear. If you are already established in a group, temporary withdrawal from it will make you more talked about and even more admired. You must learn when to leave. Create value through scarcity. Law 17. Keep others in suspense. Cultivate an air of unpredictability. Humans are creatures of habit, with an insatiable need to see familiarity in other people's actions. Your predictability gives them a sense of control. Turn the tables. Be deliberately unpredictable. Behavior that seems to have no consistency or purpose will keep them off balance, and they will wear themselves out trying to explain your moves. Taken to an extreme, this strategy can intimidate and terrorize. Law 18. Do not build fortresses to protect yourself. Isolation is dangerous. The world is dangerous, and enemies are everywhere. Everyone has to protect themselves. A fortress seems the safest, but isolation exposes you to more dangers than it protects you from. It cuts you off from valuable information and makes you conspicuous and an easy target. Better to circulate among people, find allies, mingle, and you are shielded from your enemies by the crowd. Law 19. Know who you are dealing with. Do not offend the wrong person. There are many different kinds of people in the world, and you can never assume that everyone will react to your strategies in the same way. Deceive or outmaneuver some people, and they will spend the rest of their lives seeking revenge. They are wolves in lamb's clothing. Choose your victims and opponents carefully, then never offend or deceive the wrong person. Law 20. Do not commit to anyone. It is the fool who always rushes to take sides. Do not commit to any side or cause but yourself. By maintaining your independence, you become the master of others, playing people against one another and making them pursue you. Law 21. Play a sucker to catch a sucker. Seem dumber than your mark. No one likes feeling stupider than the next person. The trick then is to make your victims feel smart, and not just smart, but smarter than you are. Once convinced of this, they will never suspect that you may have ulterior motives. Law 22. Use the surrender tactic. Transform weakness into power. When you are weaker, never fight for honor's sake. Choose surrender instead. Surrender gives you time to recover, time to torment and irritate your conqueror, time to wait for his power to wane. Do not give him the satisfaction of fighting and defeating you. Surrender first. By turning the other cheek, you infuriate and unsettle him. Make surrender a tool of power. Law 23. Concentrate your forces. Conserve your forces and energies by keeping them concentrated at their strongest point. You gain more by finding a rich mine and mining it deeper than by flitting from one shallow mine to another. Intensity defeats extensity every time. When looking for sources of power to elevate you, find the one key patron, the fat cow who will give you milk for a long time to come. Law 24. Play the perfect courtier. The perfect courtier thrives in a world where everything revolves around power and political dexterity. He has mastered the art of indirection. He flatters, yields to superiors, and asserts power over others in the most oblique and graceful manner. Learn and apply the laws of courtiership, and there will be no limit to how far you can rise in the court. Law 25. Recreate yourself. Do not accept the roles that society foists on you. Recreate yourself by forging a new identity, one that commands attention and never bores the audience. Be the master of your own image rather than letting others define it for you. Incorporate dramatic devices into your public gestures and actions. Your power will be enhanced, and your character will seem larger than life. Law 26. Keep your hands clean. You must seem a paragon of civility and efficiency. Your hands must remain clean. You should never let others see you in a compromising position. Use others as scapegoats to hide your misdeeds. Maintain plausible deniability to keep your reputation intact. Law 27. Play on people's need to believe. Create a cult-like following. People have an overwhelming desire to believe in something. Create that belief in your favor. Offer them a cause, and they will follow you like sheep. The more desperate they need, the more power you hold over them. Give them hope, and they will willingly follow you. Law 28. Enter action with boldness. Timidity is dangerous. Make bold actions. Any misstep can be fatal. Hesitation creates problems, while confidence breeds respect and loyalty. If you are uncertain, you are easily attacked. Show no fear, be decisive, and you will never be second-guessed. Law 29. Plan all the way to the end. Plan for every possible outcome. Failure to prepare is preparation for failure. You must account for the entire course of events. This includes understanding the potential reactions of others. Make your plans detailed and practical. You will avoid unforeseen problems. Law 30. Make your accomplishments seem effortless. Conceal the hard work behind your accomplishments. Your actions should appear effortless to maintain an aura of grace and competence. People are impressed by natural talent. Downplay the effort that went into your work to maintain that impression. Law 31. Control the options. Get others to play with the cards you deal. Create scenarios that force others to choose between two undesirable outcomes. By controlling the options, you maintain the upper hand and keep them from acting freely. Law 32. Play to people's fantasies. People have an insatiable desire for the fantastical and the extraordinary. Play to those fantasies, sell the dream, and people will be eager to follow you. You can exploit their desires to keep them engaged and under your control. Law 33. Discover each man's thumbscrew. Identify what motivates and weakens others. Every individual has a weakness that can be exploited. Find it, and you hold power over them. Use this knowledge to manipulate or influence their actions. Law 34. Be royal in your own fashion. Act like royalty to be treated like one. You carry the aura of power in your demeanor and self-presentation. Dress elegantly, speak confidently, and exude an air of authority, and others will be inclined to treat you with respect. Law 35. Master the art of timing. Recognize the right moment to act. Timing is crucial in every situation. Be patient. Wait for the opportune moment to strike, and your chances of success will significantly increase. Law 36. Disdain things you cannot have. Ignoring is the best revenge. If you cannot have something, the best strategy is to make it seem insignificant. By downplaying its importance, you protect your self-esteem and diminish its value in the eyes of others. Law 37. Create compelling spectacles. Create dramatic and captivating spectacles that command attention. People are drawn to visuals and the extraordinary. Use this to your advantage to rally support and admiration. Law 38. Think as you like but behave like others. Conform outwardly to blend in while maintaining your individual thoughts. This strategy allows you to avoid scrutiny and judgment, creating a safe space for your ideas. Law 39. Stir up waters to catch fish. Create chaos and confusion to make it easier to manipulate others. By stirring up emotions and tension, you can create opportunities for yourself while others are distracted. Law 40. Despise the free lunch. What is offered for free is often laden with strings. Value comes from effort and investment. Be wary of free offerings. They often come with hidden costs that can lead to exploitation. Law 41. Avoid stepping into a great man's shoes. Do not be too quick to follow in the footsteps of those who came before you. Establish your own identity, rather than being overshadowed by their accomplishments. You must carve out your own path and create your own legacy. Law 42. Strike the shepherd. Disrupt the leader to scatter the flock. When faced with opposition, identify the individual who holds the most influence and eliminate their power. By targeting the leader, you weaken the entire group. Law 43. Work on the hearts and minds of others. Persuasion is more effective when it comes from an emotional place. Tap into the feelings and aspirations of others to influence them more deeply. Law 44. Disarm and infuriate with the mirror effect. Reflect back to others what they project. This strategy can disarm those who wish to dominate by holding up a mirror to their behavior. They will be unsettled by their own reflection. Law 45. Preach the need for change, but never reform too much at once. Encourage change gradually. People resist abrupt changes. Instead, advocate for a slow transition that allows others to adjust. Law 46. Never appear too perfect. Showing any flaws will make you more relatable. A perception of perfection breeds envy and insecurity in others. Displaying minor flaws can disarm potential adversaries. Law 47. Do not go past the mark you aimed for. In victory, learn when to stop. Overreaching can lead to downfall. Know when to pull back to preserve your gains and maintain your power. Law 48. Assume formlessness. Be adaptable and flexible. By remaining unpredictable, you can navigate changing circumstances and maintain control. Embrace fluidity. Rigid structures will limit your power.